Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Nishyānanjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamavyam Dadanti Swam Padantikam. Manchakaupatarubhyasya Kripasintu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol.
You translating? Reading this morning from Srimad-Bhagavatam 1:22. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Tvam nasandarsito tatra dushtaram dishtitir satam kalim sattvaharam pumsam karnadara lavayam karnadara ivarnavam. Russian speaking here? Everyone's Russian speaking.
Some English.
Anyway, those who Russian speak, you can read word for word.
Твам,
Твам,
о добродетельный,
о добродетельный,
на,
на,
с нами,
с нами,
Сандаршитага,
Сандаршитава,
встретился,
встретился,
Дхатра,
Дхатра,
по воле провидения,
по воле провидения,
Дустарам,
Дустарам,
неодолимый,
неодолимый,
нести стиршатам,
нести шашарам,
для тех, кто желает пересечь,
для тех, кто желает пересечь,
Калим,
Калим,
векали,
векали,
Сатвагарам,
Сатвагарам,
которые губят добрые качества,
которые любят добрые качества,
Пумсам,
Пумсам,
человека,
человека,
Карнадхара,
Карнадхара,
кормчий,
кормчий,
Ива,
Ива,
как
как
Арнавам,
Арнавам,
океан.
океан.
I will read the English too. Translation: We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so that we may accept you as captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of a human being.
О добродетельный, мы думаем, что встретили тебя по воле провидения, чтобы избрать тебя капитаном корабля, на котором находятся те, кто желает пересечь полный превратности океан Кали, лишающий человека всех хороших качеств.
And Srila Prabhupada's purport. The age of Kali is very dangerous for the human being. Human life is simply meant for self-realization, but due to this dangerous age, men have completely forgotten the aim of life. In this age, the lifespan will gradually decrease. People will gradually lose their memory, finer sentiments, strength, and better qualities. A list of the anomalies for this age is given in the 12th canto of this work. And so this age is very difficult for those who want to utilize this life for self-realization. People are so busy with sense gratification that they have completely forgotten about self-realization. Out of madness, they frankly say that there is no need for self-realization because they do not realize that this brief life is but a moment on a great journey towards self-realization. The whole system of education is geared to sense gratification. And if a learned man thinks it over, he sees that the children of this age are being intentionally sent to the slaughterhouses of so-called education. Learned men, therefore, must be cautious of this age. And if they at all want to cross over the dangerous ocean of Kali, they must follow the footsteps of the sages of Navasharanya and accept Sri Sutta Goswami or his bona fide representative as the captain of the ship. The ship is the message of Lord Sri Krishna in the shape of Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad-Bhagavatam.
Комментарий Шрила Прабхупады. Век Кали очень опасен для человека. Жизнь дана человеку исключительно для самоосознания. Но под влиянием этого опасного века люди совершенно забыли о цели своей жизни. Продолжительность жизни в этот век будет постепенно сокращаться. Люди утратят память, возвышенные чувства, силу и свои лучшие качества. Перечень аномалий нашего века приводится в 12-й песне этого произведения. Так что этот век очень труден для тех, кто хочет посвятить свою жизнь самоосознанию. Люди настолько заняты удовлетворением чувств, что полностью забыли о самоосознании. Не понимая, что это краткая жизнь, лишь миг на нашем великом пути к самоосознанию, в своем безумии они откровенно говорят, что в самоосознании нет никакой надобности. Система образования направлена на удовлетворение чувств. И если разумный человек задумается над этим, он поймет, что детей нынешнего века намеренно отправляют на бойню так называемого образования. Поэтому просвещенным людям в эту эпоху надлежит быть осторожными, и если они хотят пересечь опасный океан Кали, то должны последовать примеру мудрецов Наймишарани и принять Шри Суту Госвами и его истинного представителя в качестве капитана корабля. Этот корабль – послание Господа Шри Кришны в форме Бхагавад-гиты и Шримад-Бхагаватам.
So these are some of the verses which explain the Kali Yuga age from the Bhagavatam.
Эти стихи объясняют век Кали.
Religion, truthfulness, cleanliness.
То есть религиозность, правдивость и чистота.
Well, there's only one, only two. Oh. Okay. So religion, truth, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy,
Милость,
duration of life,
продолжительность жизни,
physical strength,
физическая сила,
memory
память.
will all diminish day by day
Все они будут сокращаться день ото дня.
because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali.
Благодаря сильному воздействию века Кали.
In Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered the sign of a man's good birth.
Что богатство будет всего лишь рождение человека.
That's interesting because, at least in America, they elect a president who is the richest.
В Америке выбирают президента, который самый богатый,
He has a lot of money to campaign.
то есть у которого есть деньги, чтобы
Those who don't
участвовать
have
в
enough
кампании.
money,
А у тех, у кого не хватает, то
they quit after some time. They cannot compete.
они уходят после какого-то времени, потому что не могут
So it's the richest. He is the most powerful, even though he's corrupt.
Поэтому тот, кто самый богатый,
He's
он самый
considered
сильный, просто потому что он может других подкупить.
A man of good birth.
И считается человеком хорошим рождением.
Law and justice will be applied only on the basis of
Справедливость
one's power.
будут применимы только на основе чьей-то силы.
Men and women will live together merely because of superficial attraction,
Будут вместе только по
and success in business will depend on deceit.
И успех будет проявляться в том, насколько
Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex,
человечность будет измеряться только потому, какой искусный в сексе.
and a man will be known as a brahmana
И
just by wearing a thread.
просто благодаря тому, что носит священный шнур.
We see that in India. They like to show their Brahmin threads.
В Индии, что они показывают свои
I am Brahmin, I'm Brahmin.
шнуры и хвастаются этим.
People will become short-sighted,
Люди будут терять зрение,
gluttonous. You know what that is, gluttonous? Gluttonous, that means, I don't really know what it means. Glutton,
Overeating, kind of.
is it
Like
over?
overeating, like greed, like just all taking everything in greed, all too much.
Oh.
чего
будет?
And poverty-stricken.
И также будет бедность.
So some will overeat and some
То
don't
есть
have
кто-то
enough to
будет
eat.
переедать, а кто-то не доедает.
Women become unchaste,
Женщины будут теряться в
will
богатстве.
freely wander from one man to
Они
the
будут
next.
свободно ходить от одного мужчины к другому.
Person's spiritual position will be ascertained merely according to external symbols.
Лишь благодаря внешним каким-то проявлениям символов.
A person's proper priority will be seriously questioned if he does not earn a good living.
И будут подвергаться сомнению все, что делает человек, если у него недостаточно есть денег.
One who is very clever at juggling words
И может жонглировать словами.
will be considered a learned scholar.
Будет считаться очень разумным ученым.
A sacred place will be taken to consist of no more than a reservoir of water located at a distance.
Местом станет просто какая-то глыба в очень отдаленном месте.
And beauty will be thought to be dependent on one's hairstyle. A person will be judged unholy if he does not have money. And hypocrisy will be accepted as virtue. Marriage will be arranged simply by verbal agreement. No, yoga. You like me, you like my dog. Well, you like my dog, then I will marry you.
Если мне нравится твоя собака, то ты мне тоже нравишься, тогда мы можем быть вместе.
And a person will think he is fit to appear in public if he has merely taken
Человек будет считать, что он
taken a bath.
Готов появиться на людях просто потому, что он принял омовение.
Filling the belly will become the goal of life.
Наполнять желудок будет целью жизни.
One who is audacious.
Кто
What's audacious mean?
I'm trying to think. Audacious. Grandiose, like grand idea, would you say audacious?
Yes, as one who is audacious will be accepted as a truthful, as truthful. He tells the truth.
Тот, кто будет таким вот величественным на публике, будет считаться, что он говорит всегда правду.
And the principles of religion will be observed only for the sake of your reputation.
Соблюдаться только ради поддержания репутации.
Brahmacharis will fail to execute their vows.
Брамачари не смогут соблюдать свои обеты.
And householders will become
И домохозяева
beggars.
станут попрошайками.
The vanaprasthas will live in the village.
Будут жить в селах.
And the sannyasis will become greedy for wealth.
А саньяси станут жадными к богатству.
As the earth thus becomes crowded with a corrupt population,
Когда таким образом земля наполнится коррумпированными.
whoever among any of the social classes shows himself to be the strongest will gain political power.
Те, кто будут стараться показать себя самыми сильными в этом обществе, обретут силу.
Losing their wives and properties to such avaricious, merciless rulers,
Теряя свои богатства и жен благодаря таким вот неправедным правителям.
who will behave no better than ordinary thieves.
которые будут вести себя не лучше, чем обычные воры.
The citizens will flee. The citizens will flee to the mountains and forests.
И тогда жители таких городов будут вынуждены отправиться в горы.
Harassed by famine and excess of taxes,
Из-за голода и высоких налогов
people will resort to eating leaves, roots,
люди начнут есть листья и корни,
wild honey,
дикий мед,
flowers and seeds.
цветы и семена.
Bhagavat Prasad ki jai. Struck by drought, they will become completely ruined.
И из-за того, что будет засуха, то все это будет уничтожено.
The citizens will suffer greatly from cold, wind,
Жители будут страдать от ветра,
heat,
холода, жары,
rain,
дождя
and snow.
и снега.
They will be further tormented by quarrels,
И дальше они будут также истязаться разными конфликтами,
hunger, thirst,
голодом, жаждой,
disease,
болезнями
and anxiety.
и беспокойством.
The maximum duration of life
И максимальная продолжительность жизни
in the Kali Yuga will be
в Кали
50 years.
будет 50 лет.
By the time the age of Kali
И к
ends,
времени, как закончится век Кали,
the bodies of all creatures will be
тела
greatly
всех
reduced in
существ
size.
будут очень меньшего размера,
The kings will mostly be thieves.
и короли, правители будут ворами,
The occupation of men will be stealing,
и
lying,
делом
needless
занятий
violence,
будет воровство, ложь,
and family ties will extend no further than
и родственные связи, семейные
the
узы,
immediate
они
bonds of marriage.
расширятся только, будут в рамках мужа и жены союза.
Clouds will be full of lightning,
Облака будут наполнены молниями,
homes will be devoid of piety,
и в домах будет отсутствовать благочестие.
the garlands will
Господа.
I'm sorry. Should be a good boy. I'm going to try to be a good boy while I'm here, okay? Where is it? Clouds will be full of lightning, homes will be devoid of piety, and the human beings will have become like asses.
И люди станут подобными ослам.
You know what an ass is? Anyway, does that look familiar to the 21st century?
Yes.
Очень
Yes.
So the Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years ago and it's predicted today,
назад, именно
and everything is
предсказывается, что будет сейчас.
true.
И это все правда.
Quite sad, but it's reality.
Грустно, но это реальность.
That's why when you get a little older, you realize what's going on.
И когда вы становитесь взрослее, вы понимаете, что на самом деле происходит,
And becomes intolerable.
и это становится невыносимо.
Because you remember what it used to be like.
Потому что вы помните, каково было раньше.
Us old folks remember the old
Мы
days.
пожилые ребята
And there was
помнят,
no internet and no cell
не
phones.
было интернета, не было телефонов.
And things were much more simpler.
И вещи были гораздо проще.
However,
Но так или иначе,
we'll say something good about the age now.
мы скажем что-то хорошее в этом веке.
Although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults,
Хотя Кали-юга это океан,
there is still one good quality
есть все-таки одно качество
about this age.
в этом веке, в этот век.
Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra,
Махамантру, Харе Кришна,
one can become free from
человек
material
может
bondage
избавиться от материальной условности
and be promoted to the
и
transcendental kingdom.
возвыситься до трансцендентного царства.
Whatever results was obtained in Satya Yuga
Все эти
by
результаты,
meditation,
практики, которые были обретены в садхи,
in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices,
Трета-югу совершали жертвоприношения,
and Dwapara Yuga by worshipping the Lord,
поклонялись божествам.
can be obtained in
Всё,
Kali
что
Yuga
они
simply by
обретали,
chanting
можно
the Hare
обрести
Krishna
просто
mantra.
воспеванием Махамантры Харе Кришны.
So, in my japa workshops, I give a demonstration.
Во время своих мастер-классов джапы я
You
даю
want to do this
демонстрацию.
demonstration?
Хотите
Yes.
это
Yes,
сделать?
Maharaj.
Okay, stand up. And the Vaishnavis, put your hand in the air. And stand on your toes.
И станьте на цыпочках.
Prabhus, put your leg onto your knee, one leg onto the knee.
Ногу на колено.
Welcome to Satya Yuga, where they would do this for many, much,
Хранить будут
long
заниматься
time.
на протяжении очень долгого времени.
And they would not eat or drink.
И они не
How
будут
long
петь.
for Maharaj?
And longer than you will even begin.
Но они это будут делать еще дольше, чем как если бы вы
But
начали.
if you're enthusiastic, I'll come back next year and see how you do.
Энтузиазм, продолжайте, через год вернусь и посмотрю.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just chat a little while here. Maybe you've had enough, let me know.
Когда вы устанете, дайте мне
Hare
знать.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Харибол!
How was your morning Srimad-Bhagavatam?
Guru Maharaj, do we have a break?
Next year.
I'll give you one more half a minute,
Я еще там минутки.
just so that you remember next time you pick up your bead,
Я возьму
how
печётку,
easy it is to
вы
chant the Hare
запомните,
Krishna
насколько
mantra.
это легко повторять Харе Кришна.
Okay, thank you. Says in the age of Kali, the holy name of the Lord,
И в век
the Hare Krishna mantra is the incarnation of Lord Krishna.
это воплощение Господа Кришны.
Simply by chanting the
Просто
holy name,
воспевая святое имя,
one associates with the Lord directly.
человек напрямую общается с Господом.
And anyone who does this is
И
certainly
каждый, кто
delivered.
занимается этим, обретает освобождение.
In the Kali Yuga, the holy dhams are covered over.
Святые места, они покрыты.
The only exception is Mayapur.
И единственным исключением является Майяпур.
As the age becomes more demoniac, Mayapur becomes
И чем больше демоничным становится этот
more powerful.
Майяпур становится более могущественным.
From Mayapur, the benediction rays of the Panchatattva will inundate the world.
И та милость, которую проливают Панчататва Майяпурья, наводнит весь мир.
Oh, this is very true. I've seen how Vrindavan has
Это
changed
правда,
over the
потому
years.
что я увидела, как поменялся Вриндаван за эти годы.
And it's very hard to keep your focus
И это очень сложно держать.
because externally it's
Потому что
changed so
внешне
much.
все очень поменялось.
Of course, there is the internal lila going
Конечно,
on.
есть внутренняя игра, лила, которая происходит.
With our eyes, we only see,
Но
things
нашими
like
глазами мы
plastic
видим
bottles and
только
hogs,
пластиковые
dogs, and
бутылки, весь это
pollution.
загрязненность.
But those who have divine eyes, they can
Те, у кого
see
есть божественные глаза, они могут видеть.
how, yoga maya's potency, the holy
Это то,
Dham,
как благодаря силе
is
Бога
as good as these. The Goloka Dham is as good as Gokula in the spiritual world.
что Вриндаван так же хорош, как Гокула.
And there's a nice story in the Mahabharata
И в Махабхарате есть интересная история,
where Kali actually tried to make an appearance sometime before he should have appeared.
и когда Кали хотела явиться до того, как она должна была явиться,
During the Dwapara Yuga.
во время Двапара-юга.
And I don't have the full story here, but
У меня нет полной истории,
I remember how the story went. Okay, anyway, I have written here the last part of the story so you can get an idea.
но последняя часть этой истории
There were 4 men
было
Who
4 людей,
visited
которые посетили
Indrapasta, which is the abode or the kingdom of Maharaj Yudhisthira. He was the king.
которые посетили родители Юдхишthиры.
This was the time when the king would have his chamber door open for anyone who had any complaints. And they could voice their concerns, and then the king would have to, be accountable. There's some disturbance in society, it becomes the king's fault. And so the king was a very responsible person. But one day, Bhima, he came to Maharaj Yudhisthira's chamber, and he informed him that he had met 4 men. He said the first man, he has a vegetable patch, vegetable garden, with a wall around it. But the wall is moving into the vegetable patch. When Yudhisthira heard that, he sat up. Really? Tell me more. Well, Maharaj, the second man, he had this bucket of water. He poured into 5 cups the water from the bucket. So he poured poured the water into the 5 cups and then he poured the 5 cups back into the bucket. But there was less water. So Yudhishthira sat up even more. Really? Tell me more. Well, the third man, he has got an elephant. He went through a hole in the wall with the elephant. But the elephant's tail got stuck in the hole. Yudhishthira sat up even more and said, "Get those men, find them, catch them, lock them up." Bhima was bewildered and said, "What? What is going on here? Please tell me." And Yudhishthira explained, "They are personifications of Kali Yuga. But it's not Kali Yuga's time yet. It is still Dwapara Yuga. So catch them, lock them up, and don't let them loose." Then he explained the first man. The man with the encroaching wall represents the leaders, the government men. They should protect the people from thieves, but they become the biggest thieves. Yeah, what was that story? Alexander the Great. Yeah. He arrested one thief. And at the courtroom, he asked the thief, "Do you have anything to say?" So the thief said, "Yes. I'm a little thief, but you're a bigger thief. I only steal little things, but you steal so much more than me." And he exposed the king for his nonsense. And Alexander the Great, he had to agree. Set him free. The bucket of water poured into 5 cups, but then you get less back. That is like children in Kali Yuga. The parents put in so much effort to help their children grow up. But after growing up, they go their own way and don't respect their parents anymore. Don't respect or reciprocate. It's like today, isn't it?
My mother behind me, so
Who's your mother?
Tatiana.
Yeah, she looks like a good mother. This is just, relating to people who don't have any culture in their life. We're trying to turn the tide in Krishna consciousness because we have Vedic principles and we have a philosophy of life, and that encourages us. then as third man,
Также третий человек.
the elephant goes through the hole in the wall.
Слон прошел.
It has to be a big hole, otherwise the elephant wouldn't go through the hole.
Отверстие должно быть достаточно большим, потому что слон так
But his
прошел,
tail gets caught.
но хвост слона застрял.
Yudhisthira said in Kali Yuga,
Я
many
сказала, что в Кали-югу
of the big business people,
многие
are
из
big
тех
crooks.
людей, которые
because they are so
занимаются
powerful,
бизнесом, из-за того, что
they
они
can
очень
get away with
могущественны,
it.
они могут
And some little man does some little crime, some little fraud or something, he gets caught, and then there is a big story in the newspaper. Fraudster is caught. It's the same as I just mentioned. The small thief gets arrested and exposed. condemned. The big thieves, they cheat everyone. Everyone's being cheated today. Bhaktisiddhanta said that this world is full of cheaters and cheated. So you're either a cheater or you get cheated. And no one wants to be cheated, so everyone becomes a cheater. So anyway, in today's verse, we are reading about the process of Krishna consciousness, which is that we do everything under the guidance of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad-Bhagavatam. And of course, in our Bhagavad Gita, we have reports by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. So he's the captain of our boat that we're on. See, the boat is like the boat can be Lord Chaitanya, you could say. The Panchatattva, Lord Chaitanya's boat. The sails are the Shastras, which are with favorable winds, we can move nicely. And the captain of the boat is the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. He's steering the boat, he's steering it so that, because in the ocean there are sometimes difficulties. Like the Titanic, it was advertised as the unsinkable ship. And on its first voyage, it hit what do you call them? Iceberg, yeah. And the ship sank. So, there has to be an expert captain of a ship. The ocean, Krishna says that of bodies of water I am the ocean. The ocean is very, very powerful. Very powerful. And even with a big ship, you have to have a good captain to steer it. So Prabhupada is steering us through his books, through his instructions, and guiding us in different ways through his instructions. And as long as we stay on the boat, then we can easily cross the ocean of eternal existence. And this is not any ordinary ocean. It's an ocean which, inside the ocean, there's lots of obstacles,
находится множество препятствий,
which when we are crossing, we have to accept
которые мы должны
and try to
принять
overcome.
и преодолеть, когда мы пересекаем этот океан.
Sometimes the boat is
Иногда лодка
rocking too.
ее качает,
We're rocking on the boat because there's the waves of material nature,
есть волны
the waves, the
материального
free flow
существования,
miseries, the free
волны
gunas.
трех гун материальной природы.
Sometimes it's calm waves, other times it's very strong waves.
Иногда очень сильные.
And we have to keep good intelligence. And that's why we practice daily,
Хорошо применять свой разум, который
so that we get spiritual intelligence,
мы этим занимаемся,
so that when we get into difficulty, we don't jump off the boat.
чтобы когда у нас случаются трудности, мы не спрыгиваем с этой лодки.
Because when there's seasickness, we can lose good intelligence.
То мы теряем это
And we
хорошее.
think, without any good intelligence, we think, well,
Без этого разума
I need to get off this boat, I'm feeling so seasick. But the actual waves, which is rocking the boat, is the problem. And if you go diving into the waves, then you have a bigger problem. So we say to devotees, don't leave Krishna consciousness, just wait for calmer days. Continue to chant it and wait, and you'll see gradually the free modes of material nature gradually disappear. One rises from ignorance to passion, to goodness, and even to pure goodness. The threefold miseries, they're still there, but they also diminish quite a bit. What other threefold miseries?
Какие у нас есть тройственные страдания?
Адхидайка, адхибхаутика и адхятматика. От ума
Sufferings that we experience from our mind
и тела,
and body,
от природных
sufferings
болезней
from nature,
и от
from other living entities.
Yeah, Adhyatmika miseries is the miseries we experience with mind and body. But in Krishna consciousness, the mind becomes more peaceful and the body becomes less painful. We grow younger instead of older. And the Baltic miseries is the miseries from other living entities, mosquitoes, all kind of different living entities that harass us, and Adideva from the demigods, with the wind and the rain and the heat. But as a devotee starts to practice Krishna consciousness, he experiences the pleasure within him, and these all these so-called temporary pleasures externally don't have any meaning anymore. So even in Siberia there are devotees practicing every day. They don't think that they're in Siberia, they're thinking that they're in Vaikuntha life. So we're lucky, very lucky, because Lord Chaitanya doesn't come in every Kali Yuga. Lord Krishna comes once in every day of Brahma. And this time, in the the age of Kali,
И в это время
the holy name is available, but
Святое имя
it's
доступно.
more available in this age because Lord Chaitanya has come
Это явно еще больше, потому что
to
Господь
reclaim
явился, и
all of us.
провозгласил
That's his idea.
свою идею и миссию.
Doesn't matter who you are, if you chant
Кто ты, если вы
the
повторяете
Hare
свое
Krishna
имя,
mantra, then
мантру,
you'll see transformations taking
тогда вы
place.
увидите, как перемены происходят.
And your mind becomes peaceful.
Ваш ум
You don't need any makeup anymore.
вам нужно больше
Because the
краситься,
body becomes very
потому что
beautiful.
тело становится очень
Get all these wonderful qualities,
И
the
все
qualities of the
замечательные
demigods.
качества полубогов, вы обретаете их.
You get spiritual intelligence,
У вас появляется духовный разум,
where you can distinguish what's right and what's wrong.
отличать хорошее от плохого.
And eventually you'll make better girls. I mean,
И
I want to say better garlands. Stop myself. It was a nice garland, but it's all coming apart.
Но она разбирается на части.
Okay. So, but I like this. This is very nice. Where did you get this idea from?
Откуда возникла эта идея арки?
I saw it in some in Lithuanian festival they used to make these arches, and in Kiev temple in Ukraine there's wooden arch, but it's a bit. I was just trying to understand how I can make something like this.
I thought you were copying the last festival I just came from.
Я думаю, что вы копируете литовские высокожи, которые...
And how do you put the flowers on?
И как вы приклеили цветочки?
There is a special sponge oasis.
Wet sponge.
Yes.
Такая влажная губка, в которой листочки заплетены.
It's very nice.
Очень красиво.
Very nice. And that's what Prabhupada wanted us to do in Krishna consciousness, to make everything very nice and pleasant.
Чтобы мы делали все очень хорошо и приятно.
So that we can use the body and the
Чтобы мы
senses.
использовали тело и чувства.
We can look at the altar, so
Смотря
that's the perfection of the eyes to see the deities dancing.
на глаз, когда мы видим, что божества танцуют,
We can smell the incense,
мы можем нюхать,
we can taste prasadam,
пробовать просад,
hear transcendental music.
слушать духовную музыку.
So these are what we're now, our life has changed so much because
И наша жизнь так поменялась.
we're not drowning in the ocean of nations, we're drowning in the ocean of
Тонем в океане незнания, в
spiritual
океане невежества,
qualities,
обретаем духовные качества.
the fruits of the spiritual world.
И это плоды духовного мира.
We have seen the fruits of the material world are not satisfying enough. There's some pleasure.
Мы видим, что плоды
We cannot say there's no pleasure, there's some pleasure.
дают только удовольствие.
But
Какое-то количество, но ненадолго.
it's temporary.
Временно.
The flowers are temporary.
Цветы временно.
In the spiritual world,
В духовном мире
the flowers are eternal. Can you imagine that?
цветы, они
Having
вечны.
an eternal flower.
Можете себе представить.
Actually, it's not just an eternal flower, but it gets more and more beautiful as the
Оно
day
не
goes.
только вечно, но становится еще красивее.
Everything is personalized there in the spiritual world.
В духовном мире все имеет личность.
You can go up to a tree and ask
Вы можете
anything
подойти
you
к
like.
дереву и спросить его, чего вы хотите.
Of course, no one up in the spiritual world wants the things that we want down here.
Конечно, в духовном мире они не хотят тех вещей, которые мы хотим.
So what you do, you come before the tree, oh, can I have a mango so I can offer it to
Мы
Krishna?
просто подходим к дереву и просим манго, чтобы он
And it will
предложить.
provide any fruit or flowers.
Деревья не могут дать вам любой плод.
So the desired trees are there
Деревья желания находятся в духовном.
only for the benefit of residents, only use these trees
И эти жители духовного мира используют
for the benefit of serving Krishna.
с целью служения.
So it's an easy process, you don't have to stand on one leg
Это легкий процесс, он может стоять на одной ноге
and become an anxiety.
и преисполняться беспокойством.
We take our beads every day and chant Hare Krishna.
Мы каждый день берем четкие руки и повторяем Харе Кришна.
And we go regularly to the holy Dham.
Мы регулярно отправляемся в святые места,
We associate with devotees.
общаемся с преданными,
We chant the Hare Krishna mantra.
повторяем святые
We
молитвы,
read the scriptures.
читаем священное писание,
And what else was it? We worship the deity.
поклоняемся божеству.
These are the five main items of bhakti.
Это вот основные 5 элементов бхакти.
And they're what keeps us inspired.
Это то, что помогает нам оставаться вдохновленными.
So we are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada
Мы очень благодарны Шри Прабхупаде,
for giving us Krishna consciousness
что он дал нам сознание Кришны
in the way that he has advised.
в том виде, в котором он это советовал.
And in fact, you know, there's nothing that's not available. We have in our society
У нас сообщество есть все в
Everything.
нашем доступе,
for our transformation.
доступно для нашего
There's
преобразования.
nothing we don't have.
Нет ничего, чего у нас нет.
The only thing that we don't have is a patience.
И
We
единственное, чего у нас нет, это потерпение.
are always in anxiety. Why isn't this going quicker?
Почему это не происходит быстрее?
And that's, yeah. This is the price you pay for the ultimate benediction.
Это цена,
Lord
это
Chaitanya's
цена,
mercy.
которую
You
вы
must
платите за вот это
simply wait.
благословение.
Krishna will
Вы
give
просто
you
должны
bit
ждать,
by bit.
и Господь вам платит частями.
You don't see yourself change.
Вы сами не видите, как вы меняетесь.
When Guru comes, he sees change.
Когда приходит духовный учитель, он видит.
I can see.
Я могу видеть.
Last year, Shyam Sundar could not sing.
Прошлый год сейчас
This year, he's made a good effort.
в этом году он предпринял.
Still a few rough edges, but
Небольшие заговоры.
shall I tell you what they are? Yeah. You need to be in time with the cartels.
Нужно быть в темпе с кантом.
You need to wait a little bit from one verse to the next.
Нужно подождать перед тем, как следующую строчку прикрыть.
So that's why you have cartels.
Именно для этого у вас и есть.
I'll show you what you're doing.
Я покажу, как вы это делаете.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. You come in too quick,
Слишком быстро.
and then the cartels go out.
Избивается ритм.
Because if I was to play the cartels wrong, it would be like this. If I can do it, because I'm... Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I'm so used to doing it right. But anyway, that's one problem. So you can practice. Your tuning is a little bit better, but you're singing maybe a little bit too high. Relax. You don't have to go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's like, you know, like it's a painful endeavor to get the holy name out. You can relax while you chant. And maybe a little bit towards the end, then you can. Anyway, it's much improved. So this is the nature of Krishna consciousness. Whatever you don't know today, you will know tomorrow. Just in regards to Prabhupada's Guru Puja, you can bring the
Closer.
table up closer. And in the kirtan, I thought you were doing the arti here, but then I realized, oh, you were doing the arti from over. You bring the table up and put it. So, we're learning all these things. It's not easy because it's not what we were taught from our parents. And it's embarrassing for parents sometimes when they see their sons and daughters become devoted. And they realize, oh, they're doing something different than I taught them. And in some cases, the daughter makes the mother a devotee. Was that in your case? So Kali Yuga is upside down. But never mind. Lord Chaitanya is prepared to give his mercy to everyone who sincerely tries. But be patient. Any questions you want to ask?
Can I ask you a question, Maharaj, please? Я на русском, переведите, пожалуйста. А как можно помочь, чем могу ли я помочь своим родителям, которые уже умерли, и они были атеисты, ну и мама в муках умерла, ну и отец так как-то не очень красиво.
Is there a way how we can help the parents who left their bodies and they left suffering and they were atheists? Is there a way to help them now since we are devotees?
Yeah.
Да, есть способ, как это сделать.
There's a Shastric statement that if you become a pure devotee
Если вы станете чистым, преданным,
and you go back home, back
и
to Godhead,
отправитесь обратно домой к Богу,
that will affect, was it 21 generations before and after?
Seven.
Huh?
Seven.
7 is it?
и 7
Did I
поколений
get 21?
до вас, и 7
Да.
поколений.
Huh?
Equal 3 times. 3 times extended.
Anyway.
Что 7 поколений до вас и 7 поколений после вас, и тоже получится.
So, this is a Shastric statement. So,
Это утверждение шастры.
if you want to do some big time preaching,
Если вы
In this
хотите
life,
заниматься масштабным
be a pure devotee,
своим
and then all these
станьте
generations,
чистым,
7
преданным,
generations,
и тогда все эти 7 поколений
before and after, that's 14 generations.
сочетаются поколения в сумме.
Of what of your family members.
Ваших членов семьи.
It's only gonna be on my family or on wife as well? Or? Yeah, I would like to help as well.
I'll just ask Krishna. I'll ask him. I'll try to communicate with Yamaraj and he will know.
Я общаюсь с Кришной.
I'm sure it's like that. Why not?
Да, почему нет?
We have family members and extended family
Потому
members.
что у нас есть члены нашей близкой семьи и более широком смысле также.
Some devotees think that they can chant a round for their mother or father.
Некоторые преданные думают, что они могут там повторять круг,
I never heard Prabhupada saying like
но
that.
я никогда не слышу, чтобы Шрила Прабхупада об этом говорил.
But Krishna is all powerful, and if he feels that he wants to reciprocate like that,
Если он захочет ответить на
there's
ваши
nothing wrong with
молитвы,
trying.
он может
But first do your 16 rounds, because the 16 rounds are for you,
своих 16 кругов, потом уже делайте дополнительные.
and the extra could be for someone else. But it's not guaranteed that
То есть, ну,
that
нет
person you say they're for
гарантии,
will benefit from it.
что этот человек очень полагает вашего воспевания за него.
You know, everyone has their own karma
У каждого есть своя личная карма,
to sort out.
в которой они должны разобраться.
It's the same with the spiritual master. He directs you.
Духовный учитель, он
He tells you what you can do to be successful.
он говорит вам, что вам нужно делать, чтобы
But
стать.
he cannot, he cannot possess you.
Он не может вами владеть.
He cannot say that your advancement is because of you. I cannot say your advancement is because of me.
Но при этом он
You
не
may
может
say
сказать,
that if you want,
что,
but
и ваш
I
прогресс,
certainly cannot say it.
который нет, духовный учитель так не
because
может
I'm
сказать,
a
почему он
representative of the Acharya. So the mercy ultimately comes from the Acharya.
потому что милость, она
He's the ocean of mercy. I may be a little drop,
океан милости, да, может быть просто
and a
маленькая
drop
капля.
is certainly the same as the ocean
И
in
хотя
quality,
капля
but not
по
quantity.
качеству она такая же, как и сам весь океан.
So I'm just a messenger for you.
Я просто вам посланник.
But, you have your other gurus. Prabhupada's your Siksha guru.
Но что попали на
6 Goswamis are also your gurus.
и 6 ракосвами.
Panchatattva is your gurus.
Панчататтва
And all the other acharyas, they're all your gurus. They're all giving benediction.
другие ачарьи, они также гуры, они также дают благословение.
Okay, enough is enough. I wasn't so bad, was I? I tolerated enough. The best part is the Tulsi beads on the top. Oh, it's not Tulsi beads, it's is it Tulsi beads?
No.
Huh? No. So anyway, is that okay? I answered
Yeah.
that okay?
Yeah, thank you very much for
And of course, there are other ways which you can help anyone, and that's giving prashadam.
Другой способ помочь любому человеку это давать расслабить.
Give prashad to your family members.
То есть угощая свою семью.
I mean, I've seen how some of my followers, how they're changing their family members just by cooking for them.
Последовательно меняют своих родственников просто потому, что мы поведение.
The process of Krishna consciousness is a higher taste. So when you get that higher taste, you give up the lower taste. One husband, he had khichdi, was given khichdi by the wife, who's a devotee. And when he tasted the khichdi, he said to his wife, that khichdi was so nice and gave me so much energy, I don't think I need to eat any meat anymore. And that same devotee's mother, who was against her being a devotee.
Она была против того, чтобы она практиковала.
So one day she came to the
И
daughter's
однажды
house.
она пришла домой к дочери.
She saw a bowl of
Она увидела
pakoras.
тарелку с
Cooked in ghee.
покорами, которые были пожарены в ghee.
So she asked, what is that?
Она спросила, что это
The
такое?
daughter said, it's pakoras.
Она объяснила, что это покоры.
Would you like to have one?
Хотите попробовать? Хочешь попробовать?
No, no, no.
Нет, спасибо.
But it was sitting there in a bowl on the
Просто
table.
лежали они.
And her nose started to smell the pakoras.
Ощущать запах картошки.
She was thinking, it's a nice smell.
Подумала, хороший запах.
Okay, I'll take one then. She took one. She took another, and then
Она
another, and then
одну,
another.
вторую, третью.
She said, these are good.
Она сказала, очень вкусно.
Daughter said, well, take the rest to your work tomorrow.
Ну, уже остальные все с собой на работу.
Well, that was the first preparation. Then
Сюда было первое блюдо.
each time she came, it was a different preparation.
Каждый раз, когда она потом приходила, было новое блюдо.
So now the daughter doesn't have to hide the altar anymore,
Сейчас дочке больше не нужно прятать
because
свою
the mother's
потому что мама довольно
calmed down a bit,
она
you know.
успокоилась,
Because sometimes parents, they think that
потому что родители думают, что
if my daughter joins the sect, they'll take away her money,
присоединиться к какой-то секте, они
she'll be
заберут
left with
деньги,
nothing.
и останется она ни с чем.
But actually, we're not like that.
Но мы не такие.
Our wealth is not in the form of money.
Наша
Our wealth is in the
богатство
form
не
of
в деньгах,
Krishna consciousness.
а в сознании Кришны.
When you have Krishna consciousness,
Если у вас
You have
есть
everything.
сознание Кришны, у вас есть всё.
of course, we work because we need money. This is a society where
Мы работаем,
you
потому что
cannot
нам нужны
survive without some money.
в обществе, вы не можете выжить.
But even our work, if we chant our 16 rounds
Но даже
every day, then our work is
Каждый
also
день.
devotional service.
До работы повторяем 16 кругов, то наша работа становится преданным служением.
So we're very lucky.
Поэтому мы очень удачны.
Anything else?
Can I say realization, it's relation to Krishna consciousness? Переведите, пожалуйста. Мы приобрели картину у Деви Гауранги Шьямы Сундары на Киртан Мела. И жена Наташа привезла домой и сделала там декорации, поставила все красиво так сделала. И сын спускался, ну, сверху вниз, и говорит: о, мама, тебе не кажется, что у нас уже дом как храм? Она говорит: мне нравится, тебе не нравится? Да не, просто у вас везде картины Кришны в комнате, в спальне. Ну и мама говорит, ну Наташа говорит: ну что, плохо что ли?
On Kirtan Mela, my wife and I, we purchased a painting from Shimasundra and Diva Gaurangi, and then when we came back, my wife Natalia, she put the painting on the wall, and then the son who was going downstairs and he saw her decorating the room and everything, he said, I have a feeling that our home has been transformed into the temple, because you have paintings in every room and on every wall. And she asked him, don't you like it? Because I do. No, that's fine, yeah. So he didn't mind and he
Yeah.
liked it as well.
Раньше он, ну, как бы это самое вообще не знал про это, сейчас он уже это видит и говорит, и Наташа тоже никогда про это не знала, и все, и я так само. А сейчас уже у нас дома все.
Some time ago, my wife didn't know about all of this, and my son wasn't favorable, but now he looks at us and he likes it himself as well.
this is first one, but I have pictures I bought in Vrindavan, and I put all together maybe 7 or 8. I will get in more. I will get it more. Because not enough.
One for the bathroom, huh?
Oh, can I put the one? No, no. No.
What about your family? Are they getting better? Yours?
Better.
No.
They don't know I'm here, really. You know. You know. Yeah, that's an interesting question.
How long have you been practicing?
Um,
1 year?
by that almost 2.
We know you 2 years. You with us in our Namahatas and
mantra.
festivals.
Festival.
They coming.
Mantra.
So you have to do it secretly?
Well, I suppose there's a lot of history there.
Aye.
In that sense, it can be quite, well, it's my responsibility, but I'm taking the, I suppose I'm choosing not to be truthful, because it's less stressful.
Yeah. Krishna will guide you, as we were saying here. If you just get on the boat, and the boat is going to be steered for you. Comes with a complete package. So don't worry about anything.
Haribo!
Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. We'll take now. Srimad-Bhagavatam class.
Jai!